Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Night Coffee Talk. Let's see, I see we've got Carrie here first. And let's see. Oh, and Brenda. Brenda, good to see you tonight. Let's see, lots of little facts and tidbits from Carrie. So we'll give everybody a couple minutes to join up. I'm sure that people will be popping in to say hello. So let's see. Uh, but I am going to pour myself a little bit of San Pellegrino. It's just sparkling water. I'm really thirsty today. Kind of getting over a lot of stress and things. Hey Sharon, good evening. So, it's just one of those evenings. And Marion has joined us. Nice to see you on, Marion. So, but yeah. So I got I don't know. I think I've just been thirsty lately because I did our grocery shopping and I bought way too much sparkling water. I got San Pellegrino. And then I got a case of the Topo Chico. Hey, Gigi's here. Nice to see you. And of course, awesome moderator Attila and Hungry Heath. So, Hungry Heath, what are you guys having for dinner? I know Shelly is cooking. So, like I said, we'll give everybody, I'll be honest, tonight's live stream is pretty simple and scaled back. I've had enormous stress. And like, I don't know, it was everything to just even throw something together for a live stream. So, but we'll talk about that. And I just got to say though, like, even though it was super high stress and I'm like coming down now, hey the warden, and I feel like I could get some good rest finally. Yeah, man, I was just all keyed up. So, but it's been good. So let's see. Carrie says he has another gem in the kitchen from his great aunt. He has a Corningware teapot. Oh, that's very nice. So let's see. Oh, the warden. So I was actually asking what you were making for dinner because I saw Hungry Heath on. So exciting. Oh, and I see Lisa's here. Kid and I are going out for a birthday hot pot. Ooh, hot pot is my favorite. That's what we're gonna do for Thanksgiving actually, because the hot pot place told me they're open for every holiday. And chatting with some of the staff and stuff, they said they don't mind, so they don't get upset or anything like that. They were going to be there and they prefer to get the big fat tips. So we said, fine. You know what? There's going to be not that many here. Where it's not our old 30 people Thanksgiving. So we're going to go for hot pot for Thanksgiving, and I think that'll be really nice. So tonight I'm making a chrysanthemum tea. And also we're going to make a pumpkin fluff, a gut health fluff. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But that's kind of what tonight is all about, though, is in a way, is our gut health. Because we've got the chrysanthemums here. They're dried. I'm going to bring a little bit up to show you. I don't know if it'll show well on the camera, but I have both chrysanthemum buds and flowers. And let me show you. So the flowers, you can see they're fully bloomed and light and fluffy. And then the buds, let's see, can you see that? Yeah, you can see that, are just like they're little tiny the middles. So they never came to be a full flower. So, and what it is essentially exactly what buds and flowers are, is age. The buds are picked before they bloom, and then the full flowers are dehydrated after they bloom. The buds are a softer, more floral flavor. The full flowers are more earthy and a bit sturdy. So, let's see. Oh yeah, let's see. We got some commentary. Lots of hellos back and forth. Carrie says that he read that the chrysanthemum is good for your eyes. Everything today is good for our eyes. You are correct on that. They mentioned it does have the carotenoids, just like the pumpkin that we're going to be using. The carotenoids are what make things yellow or orange. So let's see. Oh, and Carrie's having his Rubio's tea. Excellent. Hungry Heath says they had brunch with Mama Bear Lynette. Oh, the appetizers were sausage stuffed mushrooms, brie, and cranberry egg life cups. Oh, goat cheese balls with pecans and bacon. Oh, that sounds divine. Let's see. Hey Rickwin, nice to see you tonight. So anyways, I'm actually going to blend the buds and the flowers for my tea tonight. It's not like a vibrant looking tea, so don't be surprised by that. It's a very pale blend. Now the chrysanthemums contain iron, potassium, and magnesium. So you do need to be mindful. It's not a tea that you're going to be drinking all day, every day, a couple times a week, because it has all of those properties to them. And of course, if you overindulge, it can cause you some intestinal distress. You want to be mindful because, you know, we also shed our electrolytes if you eat ketogenically. So you want to make sure that you are having enough, but not too much. And you know what that means if you have too much. But it's literally, I've got my dehydrated chrysanthemums here. I got my water at 195. It's very flexible. You don't have to bloom it because it's the dehydrated flower. This is an herbal infusion, not an actual tea brew. So let me just get that in here. So sometimes they're kind of nice if I didn't want to use the filter, because you can see the flower rehydrate. But honestly, I don't like all of this stuff floating around in my tea and getting into my glass. So let me just pour the water in here. And there we go. So, and you can kind of see against my black shirt. Well, all right, maybe not. You can see that it's kind of it's just a very light pale yellow. And it's probably not going to get much darker than that as it steeps. So that was it for our tea tonight. Super simple, right? But so awesome because it has it has your antioxidants, which a lot of people do well. Hey, S. Bradley, nice to see you. So let's see. Oh, Hunger, he says he plans to enjoy leftover mushroom stuffing mixed with some scrambled eggs. That sounds nice. Oh, and the warden made a pumpkin cheesecake dip. Boy, I bet our recipes here have a lot in common. This is not far off from a pumpkin cheesecake dip. In fact, it would work just fine for that. But I don't have anything to dip into it, and I don't really want to. So, let's see. Anyways, yeah, so our tea. The other thing is that chrysanthemums are anti-inflammatory. So that's a real nice property that you get from the carotenoids. So overall, really nice. And like I said, because when you eat ketogenic, that you shed your electrolytes, the potassium and magnesium within the chrysanthemum is really nice to have. Now, for the pumpkin fluff, I apologize, but we're going to have noise. We're going to have to whip things with the KitchenAid, and I don't know how that's going to impact on the sound, which, how is that anyways, by the way? Let's see. Yep, so anyways, yeah, this is also super easy and only takes a few minutes, but I have pumpkin. My stomach has been a little bit extra sensitive and picky lately, and so I thought focusing on our gut health was really great. So here's the thing too, though. So I've got my 15 ounces of pureed pumpkin. It was 1 can of an organic pumpkin puree, just plain pumpkin, nothing else. Don't add anything. Don't buy pumpkin spice in the can, because they add things to it that are just, it's not the nicest. Like, even before keto, I would tell people don't buy pre-spiced canned pumpkin, because it's just really not there. It's missing a lot. But, so we're going to start with this, your pumpkin puree. Yes, whip it real good. You know what? I love that song. It has been way too long. I'm going to make sure that I've got everything. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I've got Bluegrass Girls vanilla paste. And I'm just going to take a half teaspoon of that and add it to the pumpkin puree. Oh, and Carrie says the pumpkin will fly since it's a plain pumpkin. Let's see. Okay. Oh, and this confirmed that the sound is good. You know, I don't know why I didn't ask right away, because you know it's been a little bit sketchy the last couple times I've filmed. Anyways, but for those of you who don't know, Bluegrass Keto, or Bluegrass Girl Goes Keto, makes homemade vanilla paste and vanilla extract from the vanilla beans, and you can get them in a couple different ways. So you can check that out. And the Warden, if you have a link to that, please feel free to pop it in. I know Attila doesn't have the link. So, Hunger Heath making jokes. All of you, a bunch of jokers here. So that, and then I'm going to take a block of softened cream cheese and throw that in there. So, like I said, the Warden, I think that probably we're going to have a lot of similarities here. I'm going to take this. Now, something you should know about the pumpkin, I don't need your commentary. Dyson's got to freak out because he doesn't like blending things. Beeping and blending are no-goes for Dyson's. So, but we're just going to start that and get the whipped cream. The pumpkin's going to attack me. But we just want to get it a good whip and get it kind of fluffy and get that cream cheese and pumpkin incorporated. So. All right, thank you, the Warden. That's very appreciated. Just give us a second. Sorry about the sound there. All right, so that's the hardest part, is getting the pumpkin here. I'm just going to scrape down the sides. We're going to use the mixer. I'm going to use the mixer one more time to get this mixed in. But the next two items we have is your l.reuteri yogurt, your probiotic yogurt. And the reason we're doing this is because pumpkin is a prebiotic. And then the l.reuteri yogurt is your probiotic. You use the prebiotic to feed your probiotic, and that is one of the things that helps keep your gut in sync. So that's why I said this is a gut health fluff. So I'm going to give this a little bit of a mix. And then the last part, we won't need the mixer, but I find that it incorporates a little better. Don't start. So it just kind of incorporates it a little better and adds a little bit of air in there. All right, there we go. That's all I needed. So let's see. Oh, let's see. Oh, and we'll talk about this. I see Jen has joined us. I'm so glad you're here. And I forgot to add my spices in, so I am a fibber, and we're going to use the blender once more. Here I also have a half teaspoon of powdered ginger, a half teaspoon of powdered cinnamon, and a quarter teaspoon of turmeric. Those are also gut health supporting spices. If you don't like pumpkin spice, I'll tell you that you're not going to love this. But this will be real quick, I promise. So, there we go. All mixed in. So, this is the base. And again, like the pumpkin has all the same things. It has the prebiotic, your anti-inflammatory properties. The other thing is that it has everything to help you with vitamin A absorption, which if you are eating ketogenically, sometimes we run a little short. Let's see. Oh, Carrie says the Warden gave Carrie some vanilla extract with the glycerin, and it's wonderful. Sharon says the KitchenAid is not too loud. And the warden said she used an immersion blender because she didn't want to clean the big KitchenAid. Truthfully, it's not too bad though. I just gotta wash the whisk, and I got a little pumpkin right here that I'll wipe off, and then, but really, it only takes me a minute to get the bleach wipes and to give my main KitchenAid a wipe down, and the bowl goes right into the dishwasher, so it's not too bad. But once I've got this mixture, so you've got your prebiotic from the yogurt, or your probiotic from the l.reuteri yogurt, and your prebiotic from the pumpkin. And then we're going to add our extra fat, which we've also got from the cream cheese, which, as you might recall, is a fermented dairy, or I'm sorry, a cultured dairy. Look, you got me crazy. A cultured dairy, so all good stuff. And then we're going to add some of the extra fat by folding in whipped cream. Whipped cream, guys, it's cream, and then you whip it until it's more solidified and fluffy. If you want, you can make a stabilized whipped cream by adding 2 to 3 grams of unflavored beef gelatin, and that will just help it remain, it'll firm up a little more in the fridge, but really you don't have to. The other thing you can do is when you start whipping the cream cheese and the pumpkin together, is if you want to add sweetener, because I'll be honest, most people want sweetener. Maitreya's don't need the sweetener, but most people will want sweetener. I like the tang from the yogurt and the slightly sweet and savory from the pumpkin, so we go unsweetened, but most people will want to add sweetener. Add your sweetener both to a little bit to your whipped cream, and also a little bit to the cream cheese and pumpkin as you whip that together. Guys, I'm throwing pumpkin everywhere. What's up? Goodness. At any rate, that is it for our fluff. So I just folded in that whipped cream, and here we go. This is a lot of servings, just so you know though, because it is very, very high fat. Pumpkin has a lot of fiber, so it will fill up quickly. I will put this into individual servings in a few minutes, so I'm just going to cover it with a lid. But let me bring this to the camera so you can see. There you go. So I know it's not like super exciting to look at. It's just, you know, a little mousse. So I know, right? Look at tonight. It's super easy peasy, and yet really supporting our bodies. So let's see. Let's see. Jen says probiotic yogurt. She's picturing Jamie Lee Curtis and. Oops, I crapped my pants. Oh, yeah, so that's not going to happen with probiotic yogurt. We'll definitely, that's not a thing that we have to worry about. I forgot my teacup. Hang tight, you guys. I got to get a cup from the cupboard. One that doesn't have a bad word. My Radical Geek cup. That one doesn't have a bad word on it. I have a lot of saucy cups, so. Anyways, but this is the one that's on my my Shopify. So let me go ahead and pour myself some tea. Yeah, like I said, easy peasy tonight. I don't have a lot going on, but oh, thanks, Bradley. I'm glad that you thought it looked it looks good. I find it very nice. Like I said, especially without the sweetener, the yogurt is very flavor forward, but it blends real nice with the pumpkin. So that's our lesson for today. Ask me some more questions about the choices we're making. So you also, if you wanted it to be more tangy, don't have to add the whipped cream. For me, that is a fat and texture. but you don't have to add that. It will still be nice, just not quite as light in a fluffy way. It is very heavy. This is definitely plenty and help you be full. Mm. So the chrysanthemum tea. I keep wanting to say dandelion because they're similar in looks, but the chrysanthemum tea is quite gentle and delightful. So great night. So anyways, I want to go back to a couple of things here because Jen Joyman asked if I had tried the Carabella's coffee, and the answer to that is no, not yet. We're drinking the coffee that Brenda gave us first. It'll be next on the queue, so that's probably what we'll have for next Sunday's live stream. The reason Jen is asking me about the Carabella's coffee is because yesterday we went to a meetup in Kentucky, right over the bridge from Cincinnati. And we went to a pretty nice restaurant that was right on the river. It was absolutely gorgeous. And the food was great, but the company was better. We saw people from Easy Peasy Keto. The person hosting, her name was Karen, and she was a delight. We saw, we just saw so many nice people, and it was lovely. We had a great conversation with a couple of people. Hey, Mike Sandy, you missed everything, but that's okay, because we'll just catch up later. But yeah, so we went to the meetup. I'll tell you that it's only a 2-hour trip to Cincinnati, but for whatever reason, I find the actual ride from Columbus to Cincinnati to be incredibly dull. And so I know it only takes 2 hours, but it feels like forever. And so by the time we got home, I was super tired. And even today that carried over. But after dinner, we were like saying, I'm going to head out. And a friend of mine who lives in the area said that this Carabella's place was one of his favorite coffee places. So I said, let's get a coffee for the road. And Jen joined us and got what looked like a very lovely iced coffee. And I got the cappuccino, even though they didn't have heavy cream to make it brevi or even light cream. I had them use half and half, and I don't care. It was good. I really enjoyed my cappuccino. And Attila was there, and he had an Americano. So I have to say I thoroughly enjoyed the coffee. I actually think that here in Columbus, Brioso and Stouff's are both better than Carabella's, but it was still really enjoyable. But also while we were at the coffee shop, we bought some whole bean coffee there because we need coffee anyways, and it was very convenient. So I'm really looking forward to trying it because it smelled divine. So that's what we're going to talk about next week, is that coffee. Let's see. Oh, and Carrie says, he's making, man, you're on fire with the jokes here tonight, Carrie. So, but yeah, so we've got our pumpkin fluff. And Jen says her iced coffee was awesome. She bought 2 bags of coffee. The autumn flavored one she got as a light roast. Says she's not a fan of light roast. I'm very picky about the light roast. It's good, so I had to take 2 bites. So, but like I said, we had a really nice time, and it was really nice. It wasn't too many people. It was like maybe like I don't know, about 20 people. So like it's hard to get around to see everybody at the KetOH-IO meetups because we have, I don't know, the last one we were close to, we were like at 40, 45, whatever. So they're getting big, just like before the pandemic. Pre-pandemic, we were having like 60, 70 people at the keto meetup, so they're pretty intense. It's a lot of peopling. So I don't know that I want them to get that big. I think it'll be nicer if we have some that are maybe more frequent, or I don't know, less. I'm not sure. I have to think about it and how we move forward. But I'm super lucky that we got Dawn from Dawn Does Keto to help out and pitch in, because it's a lot for one person. And I think when we're all tag teaming, that it's much better. Um, we had also the two Queens Go Keto helping us last time too, and oh, I cannot tell you how much I appreciated Robin and Callie pitching in. That's the two queens, because they helped arrange getting a lot of swag, and that was super nice. So we had our keto meetup. Um, if you're wondering, we had Attila and I ate identical meals. We shared an appetizer of Parmesan garlic chicken wings. Then we had the ribeye, which was an 11-ounce ribeye with broccoli that was topped with bacon and cheese. And we each had a side salad. They said it was a Caesar salad, but really it was still your romaine lettuce with Parmesan on top. No one had any croutons. And while Attila had the Caesar dressing, I went and got the ranch dressing. So mine was not a Caesar salad. It was just like some lettuce, cheese, and ranch dressing, because I fully embrace my Midwestern lifestyle here with the ranch. So what did the rest of you do this weekend? I guess that's what I want to hear about. So I did mention too that I had a lot of stress. Well, hello, cat. This weekend, and part of that was because of some of the OhioCon stuff going on, and there's still plenty of stress to have with it. But one of the things was properties return, and they were able to finally come and pick up some of the property here, and so it's finally just like off my chest. They've got all of the things that are for the convention. So if there's a miracle and we work things out and we go back to work and we have a convention, that's fine. I will be glad to contract and bring all of my stuff, but I no longer have the stress of if things don't work out, which, let's be honest, things are pretty rough. There's a high chance that things for OhioCon are not going to work out. At which point it would be very bad if I still was holding property, even though I had done all the work on it that was supposed to be done. So it was just like, it was a huge relief that they came and got it, because I don't know, I guess it had been on my mind quite a lot. And like I said, so once that happened, like I sat down and I was just like, phew, like the weight of the world came off my shoulders for a little bit, and then I got very sleepy. So I know I was carrying that stress. Hungry Heath says he wishes there were some Texas meetups. Maybe the warden and he needs to host one. That's right. I think you do, and I think that you guys are excellent hosts. All we do is we call a restaurant and say, hey, can you accommodate like 20 to 30 people? And then we put out the word that we are going to host a meetup, and let people sign up until it's full, and then once it's full, we tell people it's full, sign up for the next one. So let's see. Oh, Costco was brutal yesterday. I bet it was, because Costco on Sunday, people are trying to get that last bit of shopping in for the weekend. Plus it was the time change. And Saturday is like the busy, Friday and Saturday are like the two biggest shopping days at Costco. But this morning with the time change, well, we went to Waffle House with my kid, and normally we get there just before the big giant rush, but today it was a madhouse, and like the staff was like scrambling. They were running everywhere, and and you could hear them. They all kept commenting, where are all these people coming from? Everybody is here and it's so early. So it wasn't really that early, but for them to be as busy as they were, it was pretty crazy for, a Waffle House, which is, yeah, it's a Waffle House, so you know what I mean. Oh, and Carrie says they had about 2 cold days this week and then it was warm. You know what? Same here. It was absolutely freezing uh, earlier in the week. And then this weekend, though, it's pretty nice. Like even yesterday, I needed a warmer shirt, but I didn't need a jacket. And today, I'm in my short sleeves and it's plenty. This morning I did need a hoodie early this morning, but this afternoon, it's warm. Hmm. So, what else do we got? I feel like I'm forgetting something, so I'm starting to ramble. And we already did our cooking and made our beverage. Um, I'll be honest, I don't know that I'm gonna keep a whole hour because A, I don't have anything to talk about, and B, I'm just like super tired. Like I said, I was all keyed up because of all of the stress and trying to schedule, and they were running late, and I was like, man, they're not gonna show. We're gonna wind up in court. It's gonna be horrible. And all of that was built up, and then when it got resolved, of course, then what goes up must come down. The adrenaline has dumps off. So, oh, and Carrie says in Texas they're expecting another cold front in the 10th of November. Interesting. Yeah, I hadn't actually looked to see the upcoming forecast. So that'll be interesting. I'll have to figure that out. Uh, let's see, other things that we had talked about yesterday. Oh, I found out that actually there are several keto people who also play Minecraft. I know, and I'm sure like Attila doesn't want to hear one more freaking word about Minecraft, but I love playing in Minecraft. I'm absolutely bonkers for playing Minecraft. I don't know why, but I do. And I'm playing in a modded server right now. I told everybody about the fact that I caught snakes in Minecraft in another dimension and brought them back to my house, and they sit in the chairs at the dining table. I think that's great. I'm a collector of sorts, so I like to travel. There are people who like to build machines. There are people who like to look at all the botany and do that. There are people who like to work on transportation. There are people who like to do architecture. I like to explore the map and then collect things. So I am the person who has like a whole room full of chests and all of the stuff there. Um, a friend of mine who is into the machine part put some special mechanical storage in my basement, and now I don't know how to get my cobblestone out of it, but that's okay. I figure I can just ask him to tell me what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm sure there's something special about it. But I love going through and finding all of the different places. Oh, and SD Bradley says their daughter loves Minecraft. I think I had a good time. In a previous iteration, I built a big old target and stocked all the shelves. I was crafting for days. I had to kill zombies and zombies and zombies so that I could enchant things to stock the thing. And I built a Taco Bell with a dispenser. It mostly serves potatoes, but that's okay. But you can ride a little train to the drive-thru, so you can actually go through the Taco Bell drive-thru. I built a coffee place that's not a Starbucks, but looks strangely like a Starbucks. I made a Beetlejuice themed roller coaster. So high value time wasting as far as I'm concerned. There are endless opportunities for me to waste as much time as possible and ignore my real life stress and responsibilities. So Jerry hasn't been on here in a while, but I know that he recently retired, and I told him he said he didn't know what to do, and I said, would you like to develop a Minecraft habit? And he said, ha ha. So I did not corrupt him into a server yet, but there's still time. So you guys are very quiet. So I don't see Renee tonight. I wonder what she's up to and the hounds. You know, there's been lots of stuff. And also, just so you guys know, I'm gonna just give like a special shout out to Jen. Last weekend, our beloved cat passed away, and it was pretty. It was sudden and very traumatic. And Jen actually sent us a nice little memorial plaque from Chewy, and it just is such a thoughtfulness that it really meant a lot. So, yeah, Carrie, Minecraft is great. It's also free. So that's a nice thing too. I mean, it's not free because you have to have internet, but you have internet. So, yep. So, yep. Yeah, thank you, Carrie. So, but yeah, we really we liked Butter a lot. He was a subtle sort of cat, but so and so like you didn't like notice him like a ton because he was subtle. Like he wasn't like all up in your face all the time. Although he did grab butts. I was gonna say if you wanted pets and you were walking by, he would give you that big old smack on the behind to get your attention. But it's like, well, that was a weird thing for a cat to do, but it was hilarious as well. So yeah, ironically, we thought, you know, I guess maybe Butter needed to be on our keto plan because it was diabetes. He had a sudden onset ketoacidosis episode, and that is what did it for him. So just goes to show there's a lot of things to consider there. So, yep. So I want to think of something better to talk about too, because I don't want us to end our live stream on a bummer. Oh, Call of Duty. Is it though? I know a lot of people who still play Call of Duty, and don't they have new releases? I thought they did one recently, Call of Duty for PS5. Maybe not. Maybe that was last year, and just because all the time blends together, I forget. I'm looking forward to in 2024, hopefully. Oh, Call of Duty got too old. Okay. So, yeah. We play a lot of engineering sort of games or world building games. Attila plays one called Timberborn, and it's like sentient beavers, but so it has that Factorio kind of bent to it. So, oh, okay. And another Call of Duty comes out in 2 weeks. Oh, Carrie, that's a bad joke. I'm not saying that one out loud. But it did make me laugh. So, but yeah, what I'm waiting for is I'm one of those Kojima fans. So if you're familiar with video games, Kojima makes some very esoteric, surrealistic, post-apocalyptic games. Big ones he made was like Metal Gear Solid. He's also the creator of a lot of suspenseful horror survival games, like he did Silent Hill. So, but he made one called Death Stranding, and that was a post-apocalyptic game. Made a lot of it was very, very weird. Tell you everything he does is very, very weird. But I'm very, very weird, so it fits right in. But he made Death Stranding, and Death Stranding 2 is slated to come out. I'll tell you guys, the trailer for that is brutal. And, you know, I was like, man, this is going to bring some feels. Hopefully the storyline is a little easier to follow than the first one because you've already got some background, but I don't know. Even after you played through, you were left scratching your head a little bit going, I'm not sure what I just played. So, but Kojima is brilliant, and I do like the whole overarching story to his games, which is about the disconnectedness of humanity and all of that jazz. So, there you go. There's your full-on nerd moment, right? So, I live up to my geek moniker. Speaking of geekery, I backed a Kickstarter a while back, and it's they collected shipping money, so I'm hoping that means it's coming soon. But I ordered, my cat just meowed. That's weird. So I ordered on Kickstarter the Roll-A-Crit bag, and what I like about it is that it's a messenger bag, except for it also has back straps, so you can wear your messenger bag like a backpack. For someone who is extra shrimpy like myself, that is awesome. Oh, I thought you were the cat. It's my dog. Okay. So, all right, guys. I am going to go and drink this chrysanthemum tea, and then I am going to finish this fluff, and I think I am going to go and try and relax a little bit before bedtime. I just want to take my magnesium and conk right out, catch up my sleep for the morning, and hopefully be like on a better track for this week. Last week was just like horrible, and I would very much like to have a better feeling week, and I feel like that getting some good rest is a big part of that. So I hope that you enjoyed learning a little bit about the chrysanthemum tea, and also about the prebiotic and gut healthiness, how the prebiotic and probiotic work together in your pumpkin fluff. So, all right, you guys have a great night. And Hungry Heath, I look forward to hearing about the next time you guys are hosting the Texas Keto Meetup. So, have a good one. Bye-bye.